Boris, one of these lovely ladies is going to be your new mom. Which one would you like? Then, everyone just fell silent. Boris looked at the three women. Victoria's still got that stained dress on, Isabella's got her hair all messed up, and Amanda's got that sauce-covered outfit. Boris pointed at Laura without a second thought. Her. I want her to be my mother. It was like a bomb had gone off in the garden. Hey everyone, welcome. Today, I'm going to tell you a striking story about a controlling mother's matchmaking party to find a suitable wife for her son. Her 6-year-old grandson shocked everyone by rejecting all the presented socialite ladies and choosing an ordinary woman who was serving drinks at the party. This unexpected choice creates major drama within the wealthy family, but a real love story begins to unfold between the millionaire father and the poor woman. As social pressures, media scandals, and family disputes unfold, the real reason behind the little child's sincere decision is revealed, and everyone's life changes. In this story, you'll see the rich-poor conflict, the shift from fake relationships to real love, family bonds, and how a little kid can impact grown-up. Dear viewers, before we begin, please mention in the comments where you're watching us from and don't forget to rate the story from 1 to 10 at the end. I really appreciate your comments. Let's get started, and I hope you enjoy watching. The garden at the Nicholson Mansion in Manhattan was being prepped for the evening sun. Margaret Nicholson was doing final checks with her list in hand. Winston, is everything ready? She asked. Absolutely, ma'am. The guests can start rolling in. Margaret took a deep breath. Tonight, she invited 3 of the top brides she'd picked for her son Ryan: Victoria Sterling, Isabella Hartford, and Amanda Reynolds. A white panel van stopped and Laura Evans got out. Hey, I'm with Deluxe Catering, she told Winston. Mobile bar service is in the left corner of the garden, Winston replied. Laura started setting up the bar after getting her stuff out. Meanwhile, 6-year-old Boris Nicholson knew what was going on tonight from the conversations he'd overheard between his dad and others. He wasn't happy at all. The first guest, Victoria Sterling, arrived. She walked into the garden wearing a pink dress with pearls in her hair. Victoria, sweetie. How elegant, Margaret said. Then Isabella Hartford and Amanda Reynolds also joined the group. Ryan was watching from the balcony upstairs. Boris ran over to the guests, holding the chocolate cake he'd taken from the kitchen. Hey, beautiful ladies, he shouted. Victoria crouched down to Boris's level. How cute! I'm Victoria, and we're going to be great friends. Boris blinked his eyes. I've got a special gift for you. What is it? Boris lifted the cake into the air. Flying cake is coming. Whoosh, he shouted, smashing the cake onto Victoria's dress at chest level. Oh my God! Victoria screamed. Margaret ran over. Hey Boris, what did you do? Flying cake game. Very fun, Boris said, clapping. Ryan was almost laughing too hard from the balcony. Isabella approached. Boris, sweetie, let Auntie play nice games with you. Games? I have a magic water balloon, Boris said excitedly. Show me. Boris took out the water balloon from his pocket. This is really special. It pops magically. How do you use it? Like this, Boris shouted, popping the balloon over Isabella's head. Water got on Isabella's hair and makeup. Boris! Margaret let out a yelp. Magic worked. Auntie was surprised, so she must be happy, Boris said, jumping. Amanda went in with caution. Boris, my friend, let's play nice. Let's talk about art. I love art too. Let me show you my art, Boris said, starting to collect leaves from around. How nice. You're a little artist. Are you ready? Boris threw the leaves into the air. Autumn rain. The leaves stuck to Amanda's black dress. What is this? Amanda moaned. Nature art. It turned out very beautiful, Boris said. Ryan couldn't help but laugh. Margaret was about to lose it. Boris Nicholson. Go to your room right away. But Grandma, I have more games. Boris got thirsty and spotted the mobile bar in the corner. Laura was making drinks without any stress. He came up to her, and she was curious. Hey, may I ask who you are? Laura smiled. Hey, I'm Laura. You must be the little gentleman of this house. Yeah, I'm Boris. What are you doing? I'm making drinks. People come when they're thirsty. Boris came closer. These colors are really pretty. Is this magic? Laura laughed. Sort of. I'm mixing fruit juices. I'm thirsty too. Can you make one for me? Absolutely. What color do you like? Red and yellow. Like a flying car. Laura mixed strawberry juice and lemonade to make a colorful drink. She put an umbrella on top. Here. Boris's special flying car drink. Boris took a sip. Wow. This is real magic. It was very delicious. I'm glad you like it. You're very nice. You don't yell at me. Why would I yell? Those ladies are so annoying. I play tricks on them. But you're different. You really talk to me. Laura looked at Boris and smiled. Of course I talk to you. You're a very smart child. I really like you. Will you stay here? For a while longer. If you want, you can come chat with me from time to time. Boris was thrilled. Yay! My new best friend. Boris didn't want to leave Laura's side, but his grandma called to him. Hey Boris! Come here, say goodbye to the ladies. Boris reluctantly went. Amanda was still cleaning the leaves off her dress. Boris, let's keep it cool, okay? Amanda said, sounding a bit exhausted. Okay. I've got a really special game for you, Boris said excitedly, running to the kitchen. Amanda glanced at the others. I hope this time it's harmless. Boris came back with a little plate of potatoes and some ketchup. This is rocket sauce potato. Very special, he shouted. Rocket sauce? Amanda asked curiously. Yes, rockets fly. Whoosh! Boris threw the plate at Amanda. The saucy spuds scattered on Amanda's hair and dress. Enough already! Amanda screamed. Margaret ran over. Hey Boris! That's enough! Rocket landed successfully, Boris said, beaming. Ryan was just about to roll over laughing from the balcony. Boris ran back to Laura. Laura! Did you see my rocket game? Laura smiled. I saw it. You're going to be a real pilot. Really? Hey, can you make me another drink? Absolutely. What do you want this time? Blue. Like the sky. Laura made a special mix with blue ice and lemonade. Here. Your cloud drink. Boris drank it. It's like flying in the sky. You're a very creative child, Boris. Why do you play these games? Boris just gave a casual shrug. They want to change me. They always tell me, sweetie, do this, don't do that. You love me as I am. Laura felt a twinge of sadness as she looked at him. You're perfect, Boris. You don't need to change. Really? Really? You're a very special child. Boris gave Laura a hug. You're very special too. Margaret finally reached the end of her patience. The guests were in bad shape. Victoria's dress is stained, Isabella's hair is all messed up, and Amanda is covered in potato sauce from head to toe. Ladies, I'm so sorry. Boris is a bit energetic. We get it, Margaret. Maybe another time, Victoria said coldly. No. Please stay a little longer. Kids are like that. Meanwhile, Boris whispered something to Laura. Hey, do you know any games I could learn? What game? I'm not sure. What do you know? Laura looked around and saw the glasses. Hey, how about a music game? Boris's eyes lit up. How do you play? Laura put different amounts of water in glasses and tapped them lightly with a spoon. Different sounds came out. Wow. How'd that happen? The sound changes depending on the amount of water. You try to. Boris gave it a go, excitedly. He started putting together these beautiful melodies. I became a musician, he shouted, excited. Ryan watched this scene and softened. He had never seen his son this happy before. While Margaret was trying to convince the guests, she heard Boris's voice. She walked toward him. Hey Boris, what are you doing there? Laura and I are playing music games together. It was a blast. Margaret gave Laura a stern look. Just do your job and don't mess around with the kid. Laura kept her cool. We were just having fun while waiting. Boris got involved. Grandma Margaret, Laura is great. She teaches me beautiful things. When Margaret got even more angry, Boris hid behind Laura. She protects me, Boris said. Margaret was livid. All the guests had gathered in the garden. That's enough. Boris, come here right away. Boris wasn't looking forward to it, but Laura gave him a nudge. Go, obey your grandmother. Boris reluctantly went to Margaret. Margaret took a deep breath and clapped her hands. Dear guests, there's a reason this evening is so special. Everyone paid attention. Ryan tensed up on the balcony. Boris, one of these lovely ladies is going to be your new mom. Which one would you like? Then, everyone just fell silent. Boris looked at the three women. Victoria's still got that stained dress on, Isabella's got her hair all messed up, and Amanda's got that sauce-covered outfit. Boris pointed at Laura without a second thought. Her. I want her to be my mother. It was like a bomb had gone off in the garden. Margaret was left speechless. What did you say? I want Laura to be my mother. She's very good. Victoria looked pretty shocked. A servant? Isabella stammered. How can this be? Amanda made a face that said she was not impressed. Is this child serious? Margaret turned red with anger. Hey Boris, what are you saying? Laura plays games with me, makes me beautiful drinks, and loves me as I am. Laura was shocked. She stood up. Hey, I think there's a misunderstanding here. Margaret turned to Laura. You. How'd you mess with my kid? Laura's eyes flashed. Manipulate? I came here to do my job. I'm not saying anything about your child. Then why did my son choose you? Because I treated him genuinely. I didn't try to change him. Margaret laughed, but it was a kind of mocking laugh. Who are you two? Laura cut her off. I'm Laura Evans. I'm a catering staffer. I came here to provide service for money. I'm very curious about your family affairs. Margaret was surprised by this harsh response. How dare you? Dare? I'm just telling the truth. Your kid picked me because I showed him respect. No other reason. Boris ran over to Laura. Don't go. You be my mother. Laura stroked Boris's head. Hey Boris, I'm just your average Joe making drinks. I can't be your mother. But you understand me. Laura tried not to cry. You're a very special child, Boris. But I have to go. Margaret smiled, feeling like she'd won. Yeah, go for it. And don't ever come near this house again. Laura started packing. Boris started crying. Laura, please don't leave. Please. Ryan finally reached his breaking point and came downstairs. Mom, that's enough. Ryan, finally you're here. This woman. What did this woman do? Show respect to your son. Margaret was surprised. But Ryan. While Laura was loading the car, Boris ran after her. Laura, can I see you again? Laura crouched down. Boris, you're a very beautiful child. Remember this. I'll miss you so much. I'll miss you too. Laura hopped in the car and took off. Boris watched her go, crying. Margaret turned to the guests, but they were also about to leave. Ladies, please. Margaret, I'm so tired from this evening, said Victoria. All three bailed. Margaret shot Ryan a dirty look. What did you do? My perfect plan is ruined. Ryan looked at his son. Boris was still crying. Hey, maybe we should switch things up, Mom. What do you think? Is Boris right, or can a 6-year-old really make such big decisions? Let us know in the comments which side you're on, Team Boris or Team Margaret. As soon as Laura's car left the garden, Victoria, Isabella, and Amanda quickly started gathering. Margaret, this evening was really unforgettable, said Victoria, looking at the stain on her dress. Ladies, please understand. Understand. Isabella jumped in while she was fixing her hair. Your child literally humiliated us. Amanda added while calling her driver, and finally chose a servant. What's your take on this family? Margaret spread her hands out, desperate to get her point across. This is just a temporary situation. Boris is just. Margaret, we're leaving, Victoria said in a sharp voice. I don't think we'll discuss this topic again. All three of them left quickly. As the sounds of their cars echoed in the garden, Margaret was trembling with anger. Ryan was still standing on the balcony, keeping an eye on his son. Boris was still crying and looking over his shoulder at Laura. Ryan! Margaret's voice echoed through the mansion. Come downstairs right away. Ryan let out a sigh and went downstairs. Margaret met him. This is your fault. Why didn't you step in? Intervene? My son made a choice. Choice? He's just a child. He chose a servant. Ryan did his best to keep his cool. Mom, maybe. Maybe what? That woman manipulated Boris. And you allowed it. Boris came between them, crying. Dad, where's Laura? Bring her back. Margaret leaned over to Boris. Boris, that woman tricked you. The real ladies. No, Boris shouted. Laura didn't lie to me. She's great. The others are bad. Boris, don't talk like that. I want Laura. Bring her back. Ryan touched his son on the shoulders. Boris, chill. Hey, Dad, Laura did a great job. She played games with me and made me beautiful drinks. The others always wanted to change me. Margaret stepped in. Those ladies could provide you with a good future. I don't want it. Boris stomped his foot. I want Laura. He hurried up to his room. He slammed the door shut. Margaret turned to Ryan. Did you see? That woman corrupted my child. Mom, Boris's reaction is totally normal. That woman really treated him. Ryan, what are you saying? She's a servant. What difference does being a servant make? Boris chose her because she showed him respect. Margaret was out of breath. This family's been part of the aristocracy for hundreds of years. Are you going to sacrifice this for a servant? What good has this aristocracy done us? I'm unhappy. Boris is unhappy. You're an ungrateful son. Margaret left the living room. Ryan watched her go, then went up to Boris's room. He knocked gently on the door. Boris? Can I come in? There was no sound. Ryan went in. Boris was lying face down on his bed, crying. Boris, let's talk. Do you think you'll be able to bring Laura back? Ryan sat down. It's not that simple. Why would I do that? She's very good. Yeah, I know. I saw too. Boris sat up. Really? Yeah, I saw how she talked to you. She wasn't like the others. She loves me like this. She doesn't try to change me. Ryan stroked his son's hair. You're perfect, Boris. You don't need to change. Laura said the same thing. Meanwhile, downstairs, Winston and Helen were chatting. Winston, this evening was a mess, Helen said, stirring her tea. It didn't go so well. But the little guy was right. What do you mean? That young lady, Miss Laura, was very kind. She really cared about the child. Helen thought. The other ladies weren't natural at all. They were always acting. The little guy picked up on that. Very smart child. Mrs. Margaret is livid. But maybe this was good. What do you mean? Hopefully Ryan will finally start making his own decisions. Winston smiled. I agree. That young lady was very different. Meanwhile, Ryan was sitting in his study, thinking. Laura's interaction with Boris was definitely something he was thinking about. The woman was so natural, and she showed so much respect for his child. Maybe Boris is right, he said. The phone rang. Richard Blake was on the phone. Ryan, how did tonight's party go? Unexpectedly. What do you mean? Boris made a choice. But not the kind my mother expected. I don't understand. He didn't go for one of the socialite ladies. He went for the catering worker. Richard was surprised. What? Serious? This is a huge problem. Why is this problematic? My child was happy. Your image, the company's image. These things matter. More than Boris's happiness? No, but... Ryan, think rationally. Ryan ended the call. You could still hear Boris sobbing in his room. Margaret was pacing in her living room, clearly upset. She gave Catherine Whitmore a call. Catherine, this evening was a total disaster. What happened, Margaret? Boris picked that servant girl. Can you imagine? My goodness. Was the child serious? Unfortunately. And Ryan defended her. This is really bad. If it's heard in society. Everyone's going to be talking tomorrow anyway. Victoria, Isabella, and Amanda all left. Margaret, you've really got to do something. Yeah, I know. But I'm not sure what to do. After Margaret hung up, she looked out the window. All her plans had fallen through that evening. Ryan went up to Boris's room again. Hey Boris, you getting some sleep? I can't sleep. I'm thinking about Laura. She loved you very much too. Really? Yeah, I saw it in her eyes. Boris looked hopeful. Then can you find her? Ryan paused for a second. I don't know, Boris. This is complicated. But you're an adult. You can do anything. I can't do everything. But what? I'll think about it. Boris smiled. Thanks, Dad. Ryan kissed his son and went to his room. As he was lying in bed, he thought about the last thing Laura said to him. I'm just telling the truth. Maybe the truth wasn't what Margaret was looking for. Maybe Boris was right. That night, no one could sleep soundly. Margaret's plans got ruined, Boris's because he missed Laura, and Ryan's because he thought about his son's choice. Only Winston and Helen were sleeping soundly. For them, this evening had actually been lovely. The little guy had finally found true love. The next morning, Ryan woke up early. There was no sound from Boris's room. When he opened the door, he found his son lying in bed, eyes open but staring blankly at the ceiling. Good morning, Boris. Hey, Dad, good morning. Aren't you coming down for breakfast? Boris shook his head. I'm not hungry. Ryan was worried. Boris was always hungry. Eat a little something. I don't want to eat without Laura. Ryan came over. Boris, I get it, but you said you'd find Laura. I'm thinking about it. What's on your mind? Go find her. Ryan saw his son's determined look. He went downstairs and opened his computer. He called the Deluxe Catering Company. Hey, it's Ryan Nicholson. I used your service last night. Oh, sure, Mr. Nicholson. Did we have a problem? No, actually the opposite. I need to talk to Laura Evans. Laura? She's our best employee. One moment. Hey, it's Luis Garcia. I'm the company owner. Hey, Mr. Garcia, I was hoping you'd be able to give me some info about Laura Evans. Laura? She's a good girl. Why are you asking? It's a personal matter. I need to meet with her. Luis paused. Hey, Mr. Nicholson, I've got some news about Laura. She's kind of in a tough spot at the moment. What do you mean? Her dad recently went bankrupt. Laura is doing her best to support her family on her own. Ryan was surprised. Her family? Her mom's sick and she works really hard. She's got 2 jobs. 2 jobs? Yeah, during the day at a small cafe and in the evenings we're catering for them. She's a proud girl, and she doesn't like to ask for help. Ryan got more info. He found out about the cafe where Laura worked. Thanks, Mr. Garcia. Not at all. Laura's a good person, but she never asks for help. Ryan ended the call and thought for a minute. Learning about Laura's situation had affected him. At noon, he went to the cafe's address. Moonlight Cafe was small but charming. When he walked in, he saw Laura at the counter. Laura was surprised when she saw him. Mr. Nicholson? What are you doing here? I need to talk to you. Laura turned to the customer. I'll catch up with you in a sec. Ryan sat at the corner table. After Laura took care of the order, she came to him. What do you want? Let's talk about last night. Laura stiffened. That matter is closed. Boris misses you dearly. That's not my problem. But the child won't eat, won't do anything. Even though Laura was upset, she kept her cool. I'm sorry, but there are other kids too. He'll forget in time. Laura, please listen. It's Miss Evans to you. And no, I won't listen. Ryan tried something a little different. I spoke with Luis Garcia. Laura's face changed. What did you talk about? I learned about your situation. What situation? Laura stood up, angry. Your family's financial difficulties. Stop. Laura looked around and she saw that the other customers were curious. Let's go outside. She stopped in front of the cafe. Who made you think you had the right to say that to me? I just what? You'll pity poor Laura and help her? It's not like that. How is it not? Rich guy takes pity on poor girl. Ryan did his best to keep his cool. Boris loves you very much. Boris is 6 years old. He'll love someone else tomorrow. You loved him, too. Laura paused. That doesn't matter. It matters. I saw it in your eyes. Mr. Nicholson, I'm a working woman. I'm not a dreamer. Nobody wants you to be a dreamer. Then what do you want? Ryan took a deep breath. For you to spend time with Boris. What do you mean? Can you come a few times a week? You'd play with him, talk with him. Laura laughed. Seriously? I'm not a nanny. Yeah, I know. But Boris needs you. You can pay very good money. Laura's eyes flashed. Absolutely. Money. The solution to everything. You misunderstood. I didn't misunderstand. That's what people like you always do. You throw money at it and try to solve the problem. Laura, please. Miss Evans. And no. I'm not going to take your money and treat your son like a toy. Laura went into the cafe. Ryan watched after her. When he got back home that night, Boris was still in the same state. He hadn't eaten anything. Hey, did you find Laura? Ryan sat next to him. I found her, but... But what? She's very proud. It won't be easy. Boris's eyes welled up with tears. Won't she come? I don't know Boris. Dad, please talk her down. I missed her so much. When he saw how upset his son was, Ryan decided to do something about it. I'll give it a shot. Really? Yeah, but you'll give me time. Boris smiled for the first time. Okay, Dad. That night, Ryan thought about what Laura had said. The woman was right. Throwing money at the problem wasn't going to solve anything. But he had to find a way to make Boris happy. Margaret walked into the room. Ryan, where were you today? I was out. You called that maid, right? Ryan looked at his mom. Yes. Ryan, this is nonsense. Boris is unhappy. It'll get better with time. Find him other children. He wants Laura. That woman is not suitable. Why? Because she's poor. Margaret was careful with her words. Because she's not from our world. Maybe our world is wrong. Margaret was shocked. Ryan. Mom, Boris was actually happy for the first time ever. He was manipulated. No. He was respected for the first time. Margaret left his room. Ryan looked out the window. Meanwhile, Laura was making food for her mom at home. Laura, you look tired today, her mom, Maria, said. It was a tough day. Difficult customers? Laura paused. There was a special customer. What do you mean? His son is very sweet, but his father, well, let's just say he's got his complexities. Rich. Very rich. And very arrogant. Maria looked at her daughter. But you seem upset. The child loved me very much. It's a shame. Why sad? Because I don't belong in his life. Maria put her hand on her daughter's shoulder. Laura, you're so valuable. Don't forget that. Laura tried to smile, but she felt a bit melancholy. She really missed Boris too. 3 days later, Ryan was waiting in front of the cafe once more. When Laura came out after her shift ended and saw him, she stopped. You again? Laura, please, 5 minutes. I told you I refused. This is a different proposal. Laura let out a sigh. What proposal? A job offer. It's a very different job. Laura looked over at him, curious. What job? If you can't decide before I'm done talking, I can explain. Laura looked around. Okay. But only 5 minutes. They walked to the nearby park. They were sitting on the bench. I'm listening. Ryan took a deep breath. Boris's condition is getting worse. I took him to the doctor. What did he say? He's showing signs of depression. At 6 years old. Laura felt bad, but she kept her cool. I'm sorry, but I haven't finished yet. I've got a job offer for you. What job? Be my fake fiancé. Laura was shocked. What did you say? My mom's pressuring me, and so is society. We'll just say we're engaged. This is crazy. 3 months. Just 3 months. Why would I do such a thing? Because you need it too. Laura stood up. Money talk again. The situation. Your dad's debts, your mom's treatment. How'd you? I did some research. Hey, sorry, but this is for Boris. Laura was pretty upset. What right do you have to research me? Laura, just listen. Hey, would you mind being my fake fiancé for a few months? In return, I'll pay all your debts and cover your mother's treatment. How much money? $200,000 in 3 months. Laura was amazed. How much? $200,000. And don't forget to factor in debt payments. Laura took a seat. This is too much money. It's nothing special for me. It's a lifesaver. What do I need to do in return? You'll stay home. You'll get to spend some time with Boris. You'll probably see me at social events sometimes. That's all. That's all. Just acting. Laura thought. I have conditions. Tell me. First, nobody will know the truth. Not even Boris. Okay. Second, you won't meddle in my personal life. I agree. Third, after 3 months I can leave whenever I want. Accepted. Fourth. Laura paused. Yes. Nothing physical will happen. Just acting. Ryan smiled. Absolutely. This is a business agreement. When will I get the money? Tomorrow you'll get $50,000 into your bank account, and then $50,000 every month after that. Debts will be paid right away. Laura was dizzy with all the new information. Is this for real? It's very real. Boris needs you. I need to think. Absolutely. You can give me an answer tomorrow. That night, Laura explained the situation to her mom. Laura, this is very risky, Maria said. But the money is what we desperately need. Fake engagement? Is this legal? There's nothing illegal here. I'll just act. What if you fall in love? Laura laughed. With him? Never. Laura, rich guys are different. They create habits. Mom, I'm strong. Just 3 months. You sure about that? I'm positive. This is our salvation. The next day, Ryan was waiting in front of the cafe. I'm cool with that, Laura said. Really? But don't forget my conditions. I won't. Thanks so much. Don't thank me. This is just business. Ryan called his lawyer. An hour later, they met at the cafe. This is the agreement contract, the lawyer said. Everything is written. Laura read it. All conditions were documented. Do you want to sign? Ryan asked. Laura paused, then gave a nod. Ryan also signed. We're engaged now, Ryan said, smiling. We're just pretending to be engaged, Laura said. What will we tell Boris? A true love story. That you missed me, found me, and fell in love. Will he believe that? He's 6 years old and loves you very much. He'll believe it. That evening, Ryan came home excitedly. Boris was sitting in his room. Hey Boris, I've got some good news for you. What's the news? I convinced Laura. Boris jumped. Really? Yeah, but there's more to it. What? Laura said yes to my proposal. Boris screamed. Hooray! Laura will be my mom. Yeah, she'll be back home tomorrow. Boris gave Ryan a hug. Dad, you're the best. You're the best son as well. Boris hurried down the stairs. Grandma Margaret, Laura is becoming my mom. Margaret was shocked. What did you say? Dad found Laura. They're getting married. When Margaret saw Ryan, her eyes lit up. Ryan, is this a joke? Nah, Mom. Laura and I are engaged. You've gone crazy. Boris is happy. That's enough. That woman's after money. Maybe. But she loves Boris. Margaret breathed heavily, her frustration palpable. I don't approve of this marriage. Mom, I don't need your approval. Boris got involved. Grandma Margaret, Laura is really good. You'll love her too. Margaret looked at Boris, then at Ryan. When that woman sets foot in this house, I'll watch her every step. Do whatever you want, Mom. That night, Boris slept like a log for the first time. Ryan was thinking, was this agreement just for Boris? Laura was also thinking about it while she was at home. 3 months seemed very long now. But it was too late. The agreement was signed. Hey, has anyone ever found a fake relationship to be the real deal? What's your take on Laura and Ryan's agreement? Share your predictions in the comments below. The next morning, Laura was standing in front of the Nicholson mansion with her little suitcase. The sculptures in the garden, the perfect lawns, and the magnificent structure all added to the intimidating atmosphere. Boris was waiting at the door. When he saw Laura, he went over to her. Laura! Hey, it's great to see you here. I'm so happy. Laura smiled. I'm happy too, Boris. Winston opened the door. Miss Evans, welcome. Thanks, Winston. Ryan came out. Laura, welcome to our place. Thank you. Margaret came down the stairs looking a bit frosty. Miss Evans. Mrs. Nicholson. I hope you'll adapt here. Laura got Margaret's tone. I'll do my best. Boris took Laura's hand. Let me show you your room. Laura went upstairs with Boris. Margaret turned to Ryan. I'm not letting this woman out of my sight. Mom, give her a chance. I don't have to give her anything. Boris was showing Laura around upstairs. This is your room. Next to my dad's room. Laura was surprised. Next to it? Yes. Married people live like this. Laura felt a bit uneasy, but she put on a smile. It's a very beautiful room. You're going to love it here. You'll always play games with me. Sure, Boris. The first tension came up at dinner. Laura, how's your family? Margaret asked, giving a little smile. They're fine, thanks. What does your dad do for work? Laura paused. He used to have his own business. Used to? What does he do now? Ryan stepped in. Mom, I'm curious. After all, I should know the groom's family. Laura looked right at her. My dad's having a tough time right now. But he's a very respectable man. Absolutely. He let his daughter get married like that. Ryan stiffened. Mom, that's enough. Margaret smiled. We're just having a conversation. Boris got involved. Laura's family is great. Right, Laura? Yeah, Boris. They're really good. After dinner, Margaret called Laura aside. Miss Evans, I need to talk to you privately. Sure. They moved to the living room. I'm a straight shooter. I'm against this marriage. I get it. I know you're after Ryan's money. Laura kept her cool. If that's how you see it, I can't say anything. Oh, very clever. Playing the humble act. Mrs. Nicholson, I'm head over heels for Ryan and Boris. I don't have any other reason. Love? So quickly. That's how the heart works. Margaret laughed. The heart. You're a very good actress. Laura stood up. If you don't believe me, there's no point in talking. Hey, I'm not done yet. I'm done. Laura took off. Margaret was shocked. She had never been treated like that before. The next day, Laura started working with Boris on routines. What should we do when we wake up, Laura? First breakfast, then your homework, then games? Great. Will you be with me every day? Yeah, Boris. Every day. Boris gave her a hug. You're going to be the best mom. Laura tried not to cry. This child was really fond of her. Ryan got back from work in the afternoon. How was your first day? Good. Boris is very happy. Can we work out the situation with my mother? Ryan, she won't accept me. That's normal. You're very calm. Because I'm leaving in 3 months. Ryan's face changed. Ah, yes. I forgot. Then Ryan's phone rang. Richard Blake was on the phone. Ryan, is this engagement story true? Yeah, Richard. Isn't this a bit sudden? Love is like that. Ryan, the board is concerned. Who is this woman? She's my fiancée. But her background. Richard, my personal life is none of your business. It affects business life. No, it doesn't. Ryan ended the call. Laura had heard. Will there be problems? Nah, just people spreading rumors. That evening, Margaret was on the phone. Catherine, this woman is very strange. What do you mean? Very calm. She doesn't react at all. Maybe she really loves Ryan. That's ridiculous. She's after money, but she's very clever. What will you do? I'll test her. I'll show her true face. The next morning, Margaret called Laura. Today you're coming shopping with me. Why? Because Ryan's fiancée needs appropriate clothes. Laura got it. This was a test. It's not necessary, I've got my own clothes. That's not enough. The Nicholases have standards. At the shopping mall, Margaret took her to the most expensive stores. This dress is $5,000. What do you think of it? Laura saw the price and was shocked, but she kept her cool. Gorgeous. But isn't it very expensive? Not too pricey for Ryan's fiancée. Laura tried on the dress. It looked perfect. Do you want to buy it? Margaret asked. I'll talk to Ryan about it. Let's not talk about it. Buy it immediately. Mrs. Nicholson, I don't make decisions like that on a whim. Margaret got angry. Because the money isn't yours. Because I don't want to waste. Other customers in the store were looking. Margaret felt a bit embarrassed. Okay. Think about it. On the way home, Margaret didn't say much. Laura had passed the test. That evening, Boris gave Laura a hug. Laura, do you want to play games with me tomorrow too? Of course, dear. You'll never leave, right? Laura felt a tightening in her chest. Boris. Promise. You'll never leave. I promise. But a voice whispered inside her. This isn't true. You'll be out in 3 months. That night, Laura thought about it in her bed. How had she become so attached to this child? And Ryan? He also started acting a bit differently. Just business, she repeated to herself. Just 3 months. A week later, Laura was doing okay at the mansion. Every morning, Boris would come running to her room to wake her up. Laura! Hey, get up! What game should we play today? Hey, Boris. First breakfast, remember? I remember. But I'm so excited. When they went downstairs, Ryan was at the table drinking coffee. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Ryan. Boris sat between them. Hey, Dad, check out our family. How cool is it? Ryan and Laura looked at each other. It was weird to see how real this fake situation was for Boris. Margaret showed up with a bit of a frosty vibe. Good morning. Good morning, Mrs. Nicholson. Laura, what are your plans for today? We'll do Boris's homework, then play games. It's always about the games. Is this all there is to the child's education? Laura kept her cool. Play is also part of education. Really? Which university did you learn this at? Ryan stepped in. Mom, Laura's got a point. Boris is having fun and learning. Margaret was surprised. Ryan hardly ever showed this much support. That evening, after putting Boris to bed, Laura went out to the balcony for some fresh air. Ryan also came out. You seem to have something on your mind, Ryan said. No, just thinking out loud. What about that? About how happy Boris is. I'm afraid I'll ruin this situation. Ryan approached. Why would you ruin it? Because this is temporary. But he thinks it's permanent. Laura, Boris really loves you. I love him too. That's the problem. Ryan was surprised by this honesty. A problem. Leaving becomes harder. They stood in silence. The wind was making Laura's hair wave. Ryan, I get where you're coming from, Laura said. What do you mean? I'd be suspicious too if I were her. But you're different. How do you know? You've only known me for a week. Ryan turned and looked into her eyes. Because your behavior with Boris speaks volumes. Laura felt her heart beating faster. I should go inside. Laura, wait. What? Thanks. Boris has never been happier. He's a very special child. You're a very special woman, too. Laura went inside quickly. Ryan's words had gotten to her. The next day, Boris was playing ball with Laura in the garden. Laura, you're the best mom. Why do you think that? Because you play real games with me. The other ladies always told me, don't get dirty, don't run. Laura smiled. You can run as much as you want. And Dad is very happy too. Why? Because he laughs a lot now. He used to always be serious. Margaret was watching this scene from the window. She gave Catherine a call. Catherine, I noticed something. What? Ryan's changing. Because of that woman. In a bad way? No. More happy. Isn't that good? No way. When that woman leaves, Ryan's going to be so upset. Maybe she'll stick around. She will. I can feel it. At dinner, Ryan shared some news. This Saturday, we're going to the company gala. Laura was surprised. Together? Yeah, I'd love to introduce you. I'm not used to such events. No problem. I'll be right there with you. Boris was pretty pumped. Laura will look so beautiful. Margaret added coldly. I hope she won't embarrass us. Ryan stiffened. Mom! I'm just stating facts. Society events aren't easy. Laura spoke with confidence. I'll do my best. Saturday night, Laura was feeling anxious while getting ready. The blue dress she chose was simple but elegant. Ryan knocked on the door. Are you ready? Laura opened the door. Ryan held his breath. You look magnificent. Thank you. Laura, don't sweat it. These people can be very judgmental. Yeah, I know. I'll deal with it. At the gala, everyone was curious about Laura. As Ryan introduced her, this is my fiancée, Laura Evans. You two look like a real cute couple, said a woman. Thanks, Laura said with a smile. Richard Blake approached. Ryan, can I meet your fiancé? Hey, Laura, this is Richard Blake, my business partner. Nice to meet you, Mr. Blake. Richard gave Laura the eye. Where are you from? I'm from New York. What does your family do for work? Ryan stepped in. Richard, these are very personal questions. Just wondering. Laura kept her cool. My family is just your average, Mr. Blake. He's a real go-getter. Absolutely. Ryan's lucky. When the dance music started, Ryan reached out to shake hands with Laura. Wanna dance? I'm not much of a dancer. It doesn't matter. When Laura touched his hand, they both felt electricity. While dancing, You're doing well, Ryan said. You're a good teacher. Laura, thanks for tonight. Why? Being here isn't easy for me either. When you're beside me. What? I feel stronger. Laura looked into Ryan's eyes. For a moment, they felt like a real couple. Ryan. Yeah, I know. This is just a role. But they both felt like this was more than just a role. On the way home, we were both silent. Tonight went very well, Ryan said. Yeah, it was a breeze. You were great. Laura looked at him. Ryan, can I ask something? Sure. What was Boris's mom like? Ryan hit the brakes. Sarah? She was really good. She's stunning and so kind. You loved her very much. Yes. Her death destroyed me. Boris has a lot from her. That's why he's so precious. You're a very good father. Ryan looked at Laura. You're a very good mother, too. These words had an impact on both of them. That night, they both thought the same thing. This wasn't just a role anymore. After the gala, there was a different vibe between Laura and Ryan. They looked at each other for a long time, and their conversations got more personal. Boris was the first to notice this. Laura, do you know why Dad looks at you like that? What does he look like? Like this. Boris widened his eyes and put on a romantic expression. Laura laughed. Don't be silly, Boris. But it's true. And you look at him like that too. I don't look. You do. Your eyes sparkle and everything. Laura blushed. Boris, let's not talk about these things. Why? I'm very happy. You love each other. That evening, after Laura put Boris to bed, she went down to the library. She was looking for a quiet place to read. Ryan was there. Oh, sorry. I didn't want to bother you. You didn't. Come, sit. Laura sat in the chair across from him. What are you reading? Work files. You. I was thinking of taking a novel. Ryan stood up. What genre do you like? Mostly classics. Ryan grabbed a book from the shelf. What do you think about this? When he gave her the book, their hands touched. They both felt electricity. Thank you. They sat in silence. While Ryan looked over his files, Laura tried to read but couldn't concentrate. Laura? Yes. Boris was very happy today. He's happy every day. No, today was different. When he looked at you, he seemed to almost admire you. Laura smiled. He's very special. Kids can tell when something's real. What do you mean? Ryan closed his file. Boris knows you really love him. I do love him. I also know you're not acting this way. Laura's heart was beating faster. Ryan, I know this is complicated. Very complicated. But we can't deny it. Laura stood up. Deny what? Ryan also got up. The thing between us. There's nothing between us. This is an agreement. Laura, you're fooling yourself. I'm not fooling myself. I'm just being realistic. Ryan came over. Then look at me and tell me you don't feel it. Laura looked into Ryan's eyes. She could feel her heart beating super fast. I don't feel it. You're lying. Laura tried to look away, but Ryan brought his hand to her face. Laura. The door opened. Margaret came in. Hey Ryan, you're here. Oh. They split up pretty quickly. We were just talking about books, Laura said. Margaret looked a bit suspicious. Absolutely. Ryan, I need to talk to you. After Ryan left, Margaret looked at Laura. You're playing really well. Playing what? The innocent act. But I'm watching you. Laura stiffened. Mrs. Nicholson, I'm a bit confused. You're acting like you're in love with Ryan. Very convincing. This isn't pretending. Margaret was surprised. What did you say? I'm not trying to pretend. I really what? Laura stopped. She couldn't make this confession. Nothing. Good night. The next day, Boris suggested a plan to Laura. Laura, don't you want to be alone with Dad? Why would I want that? Because people in love stay alone. Boris, we're already married. We're always together. But you should have special conversations. Like what? I'm not sure. About love and all that. Laura laughed. You're too young for these topics. I'm not. I've got the inside scoop. Dad is head over heels for you, and you're just as into him. Boris. I'm going to help you. That evening, Boris put his plan into action. At dinner. Hey Dad, I'm giving a presentation on a project at school tomorrow. Will you help me? Sure, Boris. But it's very difficult. Could you and Laura help together? Ryan and Laura looked at each other. If Laura is free. I'm available. Boris smiled. His plan was working like a charm. The next evening, the three of them were working together in Boris's room. The topic was the solar system. How many moons does Jupiter have? Ryan inquired. Many, Boris said. Right, Laura? Yes, there are a lot of them. Boris pretended to yawn. I'm really tired. I'm going to sleep a little. He laid down on his bed and closed his eyes. But he was actually listening. Ryan and Laura sat in silence. Is Boris asleep? Ryan whispered. It seems so. You work so hard for him. He works for me too. What do you mean? He makes me a better person. Ryan approached. Laura, what was that thing you were going to tell Margaret last night? What thing? What you were planning to tell Margaret. Really? Laura held her breath. Ryan, we shouldn't be having this conversation. Why? Because it complicates everything. Isn't it already complicated? Laura looked into Ryan's eyes. Yeah, it's pretty complicated. Then tell me. What do you feel? Laura paused. Boris stirred. They both fell silent. He's sleeping, Ryan whispered. Ryan, I love you, Laura whispered, her voice barely above a whisper. Ryan was surprised. Really? Yeah, it's pretty scary. Why? Because this is an agreement. Because in 3 months. Ryan put his finger to his lip. Don't think about it now. He slowly approached. Laura also responded. Their first kiss was soft and hesitant. Then it got more intense. When they separated, they were both out of breath. Wow, Laura whispered. Yes, wow. Boris opened his eyes and smiled. His plan worked like a charm. Margaret was passing by in the hallway when she noticed the silence coming from Boris's room. She opened the door. Ryan and Laura were still close, whispering to each other. Margaret was shocked. This looked real. She closed the door quietly. This was a bit of a surprise. That night, everyone had different thoughts. Boris with happiness. Mom and Dad are really in love. Laura's got mixed feelings. What have I done? Ryan with excitement. Could this be real? Margaret's worried. This is going to mess up my plan. Can love really develop this quickly? If you've had something similar happen to you, share it in the comments. After they first kissed, things between Laura and Ryan got a little more intense. Their gazes started to say a lot, and they touched each other more often. Boris noticed the change right away. Laura, why are you always smiling? Am I smiling? Yes. And Dad too. You're both very happy. You're happy too, that's enough. That evening, after Laura put Boris to bed, she went out to the balcony. Ryan came. You're lost in thought. A bit confused. What's confusing? Laura turned to him. Everything. This situation, you, me. Ryan approached. Laura, what happened last night? It was a mistake. Was it a mistake? Is that really how you feel? Laura looked away. I'm not sure. Then look at me. Laura looked. Ryan brought his hand to her face. Is this a mistake? He kissed her. This time it's deeper, more passionate. Laura shot back. When they parted ways, Laura was out of breath. Nah, it doesn't feel like a mistake. I agree. They were leaning together against the balcony railing. Ryan, I've got to tell you something. I'm listening. Laura took a deep breath. My real story. You don't need to tell me. I do. Because now it's different. How different is it? Because I love you. Ryan turned. Laura, listen first. My family used to be pretty well off. My dad was a contractor and he was pretty successful. What happened? Wrong investments. He was misled. We lost everything in 3 years. Ryan listened without saying anything. My mom got sick from stress. I was forced to get a job. That must have been really tough. The hardest part was swallowing my pride. People who used to be my servants became my bosses. What about me? You're one of a kind. You didn't look down on me. Ryan put his hand on Laura's hand. I never would. Now I want to hear your story. Ryan paused. About Sarah? Yeah, I'm curious. She was a very beautiful woman. Kind, calm. You loved her very much. Yeah, but we're on a different level. Laura was surprised. How? Sarah was the love everyone expected. You're unexpected. In a good way? Ryan smiled. In the best way. That night, they both felt a different kind of closeness. The next day, Boris found Laura very happy. Laura, you look so beautiful today. Thank you. Dad's really happy too. What did you talk about on the balcony last night? Laura was surprised. Did you see? You love the balcony. You always go there. We're just getting some fresh air. And kissing. Laura blushed. Boris. I'm happy. You're in love. Margaret overheard this conversation in the hallway. She came in. Boris, go see your dad. You need to talk to him. Boris left. Margaret was alone with Laura. You're playing really well. Mrs. Nicholson. You're acting like you're really in love with Ryan. Laura stood up straight. I'm really in love. Margaret was surprised. What? I love Ryan. This isn't an act. But for money. I forgot about the money. This isn't about money anymore. Margaret was rattled. You're kidding, right? Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Boris too. Then why are you leaving in 3 months? Laura paused. I'm not sure. Margaret left with a bunch of stares. Ryan came home late in the evening. Laura was waiting in the living room. Did Boris go to sleep? Yeah, he was waiting for you, but he got really tired. I'm sorry. Work was busy. Laura approached. You look tired. A bit. Laura started massaging his shoulders. This feels really good. You feeling relaxed? Ryan turned and pulled Laura to him, wrapping his arms around her waist. Yeah, everything's a breeze when you're here. Ryan. Laura, I've got something to tell you. What? I love you. Laura's heart stopped. Really? Really? I've had a feeling about her since we first met. Same. So what are we going to do? I'm not sure. This is very complicated. Ryan pressed his forehead against Laura's. Complicated but beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. They kissed. This time it's deeper and more meaningful. Laura. Yes. Hey, why don't you stay with me tonight? Laura paused. Ryan. Just hold each other. Nothing else. Okay. That night, Laura slept beside Ryan. She felt safe in his arms. Boris found them like this in the morning. Hooray! Mom and Dad slept together. Laura woke up and blushed when she realized the situation. Boris, this is so beautiful. Like a real family. Ryan woke up and smiled. Good morning, my love. Good morning. Boris got between them. I want a hug too. The three of them hugged. Laura couldn't hold back her tears. Why are you crying? Boris asked. From happiness. I'm very happy too. Ryan looked at Laura. This moment was perfect. Margaret stood at the door watching. Now she understood it was real. This isn't about money anymore, she said quietly. Winston came up beside her. Madam, this woman really loves Ryan. Isn't that good? I don't know, Winston. I'm very scared. Why? Because Ryan is happy. If this woman leaves, maybe she'll stick around. She will. The agreement is for 3 months. Maybe the agreement will change. Margaret thought. Maybe Winston was right. Laura and Ryan were inseparable that day. They played with Boris, walked in the garden, and prepared dinner together in the evening. This is the most beautiful day of our marriage, Ryan said. We're not married yet, Laura reminded him. But we're in love. Yeah, we're in love. That night they were chilling on the balcony together. Laura, this time with you is the most beautiful period of my life. Mine too. What about the agreement? What agreement? Laura smiled. Have we forgotten it now? This isn't an agreement anymore. This is love. Ryan kissed her. Yeah, this is love. While they were enjoying their happy days, a storm came out of left field. Ryan was enjoying his morning coffee when the phone rang. Hey, Mr. Nicholson. This is Susan Clark from Manhattan Society magazine. Can we talk about your fiancée? What about? Laura Evans's real identity. Our research has revealed some interesting things. Ryan tensed up. What kind of things? Her family's bankruptcy story, how she met you. Our readers are very curious. No comment. Ryan ended the call. Laura was making breakfast with Boris in the kitchen. Laura, can we get ice cream today? Boris asked. After lunch. Ryan came in quickly. Laura, I need to talk to you. Okay, Boris. Go play with your toys for a while. After Boris left, Ryan explained the situation. The media is investigating you. What will they find? Your family's passed our agreement. Laura started to get pale. Do they know about the agreement? I'm not sure yet, but they might find out very soon. Margaret walked into the living room with a newspaper. Ryan, what does that mean? He saw the newspaper headline. Millionaire CEO's mysterious fiancée. Who is Laura Evans? Mom, this is just... Just what? Everyone in New York is talking about it. Catherine called this morning, and Victoria called. Laura took the newspaper. There were pictures of them dancing at the gala and playing with Boris in the garden. How were these taken? Paparazzi, Ryan said angrily. They've likely been following us for weeks. Margaret grabbed the newspaper and read. The Evans family went bankrupt 3 years ago. Laura Evans works for a catering company. What does she want from the Nicholsons? This is really bad, Margaret said. Society is talking about us. Ryan's phone rang again. Richard Blake. Ryan, what does this newspaper story mean? Richard, I'm busy. The board is meeting. This situation is affecting the company. How is it affecting it? Stocks are falling. Customers are worried. This is ridiculous. Ryan, think again about getting married to this woman. Ryan ended the call. Laura had heard it all. Ryan, maybe I should head out. No way. Never. Margaret stepped in. Maybe that's for the best. Mom. Ryan, face the facts. This woman is ruining your life. She's not ruining my life, she's making me happy. Happy? Is the company going bankrupt happiness? Laura stood up. Mrs. Nicholson, I really should be going. Yes, you should. Ryan got mad. Mom, stop. I'm not stopping anytime soon. This woman came here for money. She didn't come for money. Then why? Love? 3 weeks of love. Laura felt really sad. I'll go to my room. Laura, don't go, Ryan said. But Laura had already left. Margaret turned to Ryan. Let's talk sensibly. Sensibly? You hurt Laura. I was just telling the truth. What truth? Laura's a good woman. Good woman? She wants your money. Money doesn't matter to her. Then why is she here? Ryan paused. He couldn't mention the agreement. Because she loves me. In 3 weeks. Absolutely. Margaret laughed. Are you really that stupid? Mom, no way. Am I going too far? You're destroying the family for a lowly woman. Laura isn't lowly. She is. So lowly that when she ran out of money, she latched onto you. Ryan got really mad. Enough! Boris hurried down the stairs. Why are you shouting? Margaret and Ryan stopped. Boris, go upstairs, Ryan said. No. Where's Laura? She's crying. Is she crying? Ryan was worried. Yes. She's crying in her room. Why'd you yell at her? Margaret knelt down. Hey, Boris, just wanted to let you know that Laura is leaving. Where? Home. She's not from our family. Boris started crying. No. Don't let Laura go. Boris, she's not a good fit for us. She's a good fit. She's my mom. She's not your mother. She just wants money. Boris shouted at Margaret. You're bad. Laura is good. He ran upstairs. Ryan glanced at his mom. Do you see? What did you do to the child? Me? That woman. Laura didn't do anything. She did everything. She charmed you, tricked the kid. Ryan was livid. Mom, seriously, can you please pipe down? I'm not stopping now. This woman is going to leave this house. She won't leave. She will. Or I'll leave. Then just leave. Margaret was shocked. Ryan's never spoken like this before. What did you say? You heard what I said. Laura stays. If you want, you leave. Ryan. No way, Mom. You've been controlling my life for years. Enough. I want what's best for you. Laura's the best choice here. Can't you understand that? Margaret started crying. That woman separated you from me. She didn't separate me from anyone. You're separating me yourself. Ryan, I'm your mom. You're my mother, but as long as you insult Laura, I won't talk to you. Margaret looked around, desperate for an answer. Are you leaving your family for this woman? I'm not giving up on anyone, but I want you to show respect to Laura. Absolutely not. Then it's over between us, Mom. Ryan went upstairs. He went to Laura's room. Laura. She was crying. Laura, open the door. I've gotta run, Ryan. No way, you're not leaving. This can't keep happening. It will. Mom will get used to it. She won't get used to it. And she's right too. How is she right? I really came for the money. Ryan paused. But now it's different. Yeah, it's different now. But that's how it all began. Laura, open this door. Laura opened the door. Her eyes were all swollen up. Ryan, maybe we should take a breather. No way. We'll get through this together. How's that even possible? The whole world is against us. I don't care. I care about you. Laura gave him a hug. I love you too, but nothing. We're strong together. Boris came running. Laura, please stay. Please. Laura gave Boris a hug. Boris. I love you so much. You're my real mother. Laura couldn't hold back her tears. I love you so much too. Then don't leave. Ryan gave each of them a hug. Nobody's leaving. But downstairs, Margaret was packing her suitcase. She didn't win this round. Laura woke up early the next morning. She could still hear the sounds of yesterday's fights. Margaret's words, the media attacks, Ryan's desperation. Everything was too heavy. She was quiet as she packed her suitcase. A couple of pieces of clothing and some personal items. She didn't have much anyway. It was the same 3 weeks ago. She went to Boris's room and looked at him one last time. The child was sleeping like a log. He had a nice smile on his face. She kissed his forehead. Hey, sorry, Boris. I'm sorry I disappointed you. While going downstairs, she ran into Winston. Miss Evans, where are you going so early? I'm out, Winston. Leaving? Where? Home. This game is over. Winston was bummed. But the young master. Boris is a strong child. He'll get used to it in time. Miss Evans, please. Winston, you've been good to me. Thanks. As she was leaving through the door, Helen saw her too. Laura. Where are you going like that? I'm leaving, Helen. But why? Did something happen last night? A lot went down. I can't be happy here. What does Mr. Ryan say? Mr. Ryan is still sleeping. Just tell him I left. Laura, this isn't right. You were part of this family. Laura started crying. No, Helen. I never belonged here. She called a taxi and left. An hour later, Boris ran into Laura's room. Laura, aren't you coming to breakfast? The room was empty. The suitcase, her stuff, the whole shebang was gone. Laura! Boris screamed. Where is Laura? Ryan came running. Hey, Boris, what's going on? Laura's out of the picture. Her room is empty. Ryan glanced at the room. A dagger pierced his heart. The bed was made up nicely, and there was a note on the desk. Ryan, this is for the best. Hey, could you tell Boris I love him very much? I'm ending our agreement. I won't take any money. Laura. No! Ryan screamed. Boris started crying. Where's Laura? Bring her back. Boris, chill out. I'm not going to calm down. She's my mother. I want her. Margaret was standing in the hallway. When she heard Boris crying, she felt guilty. Ryan, what's going on? Laura's out. Are you happy? I just. You cry now. Boris screamed at Margaret. You drove Laura away. I don't love you at all. Boris hurried to his room and locked the door. Ryan looked at his mom. Do you see what you did? Ryan, I didn't know that. What didn't you know? That Laura was a good person. I was scared. Why were you scared? Because you loved her. And if she left? She's already left. And it's your fault. Ryan went to Boris's room. The child was crying in his bed. Boris, let's talk. Bring Laura back. I have no idea where she is. Find her. I will. But give me time. I don't need time. I want her now. Ryan had never seen his son like this. Boris was really devastated. Boris, Laura loves you very much. Then why did she leave? Well, because complicated situations happened. Is that because of Grandma Margaret? Ryan didn't know how to respond. Grandma Margaret is bad. She made Laura sad. Margaret was sitting in the kitchen downstairs. Winston and Helen were working quietly. Winston, Margaret said. Yes, ma'am. I made a mistake, didn't I? Winston paused. Madam, that's a question you shouldn't ask me. I'm asking you. Miss Evans was a very good woman. But the money wasn't important to her. We could see her relationship with the young master. Helen added, that woman brought love to this house. Love? Yeah, Mr. Ryan was laughing. Boris was pretty stoked. The house was alive. Margaret buried her head in her hands. What have I done? Ryan started looking for Laura. First, he called Luis Garcia. Mr. Garcia, could I get in touch with Laura? Mr. Nicholson? Laura stopped by yesterday. She was really down. Can I talk to her? She's not working today. I think she's at home. Can you give me her address? I'm not sure. She might not be interested in that. Mr. Garcia, please. I love her. Luis paused for a moment. Okay, but be careful. She's got a lot of pride. Ryan got the address and immediately set off. When he got to Laura's place, he found a small, simple apartment. He knocked on the door. Who's there? A voice from inside asked. Hey Laura, it's Ryan. The door didn't open. Laura, please. We need to talk. There's nothing to talk about. Boris misses you. I miss him too. But it's better this way. How's it better? He's crying and I'm going crazy. Ryan, please leave. I'm not leaving. Open the door. I won't open it. Then I'll wait here. Half an hour later, Laura's mom, Maria, opened the door. Are you Ryan? Yeah, I've got to talk to Laura. She's really down. She's been crying since last night. I'm really bummed too. I love her very much. Maria gave the young man the eye. Really? It's very real. I want to marry her. But your family? I'll take care of my family. Laura is what matters. Maria took a look inside. Laura, This young man wants to talk to you. I don't want to. Ryan raised his voice. Laura, I'm not leaving here. I'll wait all day. At last, Laura opened the door. Her eyes were all swollen up. What do you want? You. Come back. I won't be back. Why? Because I don't belong to that world. What world? Our world is you and me and Boris. Ryan, your mom was right. I came for money. But now it's different. Yeah, it's different now. But the beginning was dirty. Ryan approached. Laura, look into my eyes. I won't look. Check this out. And tell me you don't love me. Laura looked up. Ryan's eyes showed he was in pain. I love you. Then come. I can't make it. Why? Because everything will collapse. Your work, your relationship with your mother. We'll get these fixed. We won't fix them. I'll just be the cause of your problems. Ryan put his hands on Laura's face. You're not my problem. You're my solution. Laura couldn't hold back her tears. Ryan. Laura, come. Boris is waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. I'm scared. Why? Because I love too much. And losing stings. You won't lose me. I promise. Your mom won't accept it. My mom will get used to it. Or she might leave. I can't break up your family. You're not breaking up the family. You're building it. Laura seemed a bit unsure. Just think about it for a sec, Ryan said. I'll wait for your answer tomorrow. After Ryan left, Laura turned to her mom. What do you think, Mom? This guy really loves you. But nothing. You love him too. It's a bit complicated. Love is always complicated. But that child? Boris. Laura started crying. I miss him so much. He misses you too. It's obvious. So what should I do? Listen to your heart. That night, Laura couldn't sleep a wink. She thought about Boris, Ryan, and those gorgeous days. Was it worth going home? Or would she stay like this? Laura left, but do you think she should come back? Please write yes or no in the comments and explain why. Ryan woke up early the next morning. He hadn't slept at all during the night. He couldn't stop thinking about Laura's confused, painful look. Boris wouldn't come out of his room. He wasn't interested in eating anything. Boris, please eat something, Ryan said from behind the door. I don't want to. If Laura's not here, I don't want anything. Ryan let out a sigh. Seeing his son like this was heartbreaking for him. Margaret was standing in the hallway. They hadn't said a word to each other for 2 days. Ryan, can I talk to you for a minute? Not right now, Mom. Please. It's very important. Ryan reluctantly went down to the living room. What do you want? Margaret took a deep breath. I came to apologize. Ryan was surprised. His mom never apologized. Apologize for what? For what I did to Laura. What I did to you. What I did to Boris. It's too late, Mom. No, there's still time. We can bring that woman back. How could you do that? You embarrassed her and hurt her. Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry. Ryan looked at his mom. She really seems sorry. What's the reason? And why now? Because Boris is crying. Because you're not happy. This house is like dead. And because that woman was good. I was blind. Ryan softened. Mom. Ryan, can you help me out here? Let's bring that woman back. How is that even possible? She doesn't trust me anymore. We'll go together. I'll apologize. Ryan thought. Maybe Margaret's apology will do the trick and convince Laura. Okay, but let's talk to Boris first. They went up to Boris's room. Boris, we want to talk. Did you bring Laura? Not yet. But Margaret's grandma wants to apologize. Boris looked at Margaret with a hint of suspicion. Really? Margaret bent down. Boris, I really messed up. I was unfair to Laura. Yeah, you were. She was very good. I know that now. I'm really sorry. Sorry isn't enough. Laura's crying. That's why I'm going to apologize to her. Will you come too? Boris's eyes lit up. Really? Are we going to see Laura? Yes. Let's go right now. An hour later, the three of them were standing in front of Laura's house. Boris was pretty pumped. Is Laura here? I hope so, Ryan said. Maria opened the door when they knocked. Oh, you came again. Mrs. Evans, can we talk to Laura? This time Mrs. Margaret is here too. Maria looked at Margaret. Excuse me, are you the woman who upset Laura? Margaret felt embarrassed. Yeah, and I wanted to say sorry. Laura! Boris shouted. I came. Laura came out of her room. When she saw Boris, she was heartbroken. Boris! Laura! I missed you so much. They hugged each other. Boris was crying. Why'd you leave? I was so sad. I was very sad too, darling. Margaret approached. Miss Evans. Laura stiffened. Mrs. Nicholson. I came to apologize. Laura was surprised. Apologize? Yeah, I was really mean to you. I was very unfair. Why now? Because Boris isn't happy. Ryan's not happy. I'm not happy either. That doesn't concern me. Margaret spoke more sincerely. Please. I messed up. What about that? Everything. I judged you without knowing you. Laura looked at Boris. The child was looking hopefully. Mrs. Nicholson, I don't think I should be in that house. You do belong. Boris belongs to you. Ryan belongs to you. Boris is pretty down about it, but he'll get over it. In time, what? Boris jumped in. I'll always remember you. Ryan approached. Laura, give us a shot. What chance? Us. This family. Ryan, your family doesn't accept me. Margaret spoke up. I accept you. Really? Really? How could I not accept the woman who makes Boris so happy? Laura looked back at him, feeling a bit unsure. Laura, Boris said, please come. The house feels so empty without you. Boris. I had promised you, right? You'd never leave. Laura couldn't hold back her tears. Boris, sometimes adults. We're only human, after all. But they can fix them. Ryan put his hand on Laura's shoulder. Laura, last chance. I have conditions. Tell me. First, the media. Can we handle them? We will. Together. Second, work problems. We'll take care of them. Third. Laura looked at Margaret. Do you really accept me? I do. Actually, can I call you daughter? Laura was surprised. Your daughter. Won't you be Ryan's wife? Then you're my daughter. Boris was thrilled. Is that a yes? Laura looked at everyone. Ryan's hopeful eyes, Margaret's repentant face, Boris's bright look. Yeah, she said quietly. Hooray! Boris shouted. Ryan gave Laura a hug and spun her around. Really? Are you coming? I'm on my way. But this time it's different. How different is it? This time there's no contract. This time it's real. It was always real. Margaret approached. Laura, can you forgive me? Mrs. Nicholson. Margaret. Call me Margaret. Laura smiled. Margaret. I forgive you. Thanks. And congrats on the marriage. We're not married yet. You will be. Right, Dad? Boris said. Ryan looked at Laura. Will we get married? Yeah, we're getting married. Boris got between them. I'll be the groom's best man too. Groomsman, Boris. The groom's groomsman. Whatever. The important thing is that we're all together. On the way home, Boris was on the phone the whole ride. Laura, are you really coming this time? I'll stick around, Boris. Promise. Promise. And you'll get married? We're getting married. And will we have babies? Laura blushed. Boris. Excuse me, but I'd like a sibling. Ryan laughed. Everything has its time, Boris. But when is the wedding? Laura looked at Ryan. We don't know yet. We won't be waiting long, Ryan said, squeezing Laura's hand. Margaret was smiling in the back. Maybe this marriage wouldn't be so bad. When they got home, Winston and Helen were waiting at the door. Miss Evans. You came back. Yeah, Winston. This time permanently. We're so happy. Boris ran into the garden. Laura's back. We're getting married. That evening at dinner, the table was a whole different ball game. Boris kept laughing, Ryan was happy, Margaret was acting friendly, and Laura was peaceful. This is nice, Margaret said. Like a real family. We're a real family. Boris said. Yeah, Laura said. We're a real family. Ryan put his hand on Laura's hand. Now, nothing can stop us. Nothing, Laura confirmed. Boris clapped happily. His family had returned. After Laura got back home, the family really came together. There was no longer any fake agreement, only real feelings. Ryan woke up next to Laura every morning, and Boris was starting to get used to seeing them like that. Margaret had really started treating Laura like a daughter. Laura, do you want to go shopping today? Margaret asked at breakfast. Sure, Margaret. What are we buying? We'll go look at clothes for the wedding. Your dress should be very special. Boris was pretty pumped. When's the wedding? Ryan looked at Laura. Did we talk about this? Sort of. But we didn't give a date. I don't want to wait long, Ryan said sincerely. Me neither. But you've got to prepare. Margaret stepped in. 2 months is enough. We'll organize a beautiful wedding. 2 months. Laura was surprised. Isn't that too short? It's never too short for love, Margaret said, smiling. Boris clapped. Hooray! Wedding in 2 months. At that moment, Ryan's phone rang. Richard Blake was on the phone. Ryan, something's up. What is it? The board is meeting tomorrow. The Laura issue is on the agenda again. Ryan stiffened. What issue? The company's image issue. Some of our big clients are worried. Richard, this is ridiculous. I agree, but what? The Thompson family's company is thinking about canceling the agreement. Ryan was shocked. The Thompson agreement was huge. Is this true? Unfortunately. Victoria Sterling's dad spoke with Thompson. Victoria? This is revenge. That's right. What are we going to do? We'll get ready for the meeting. I'll come with Laura. After Ryan hung up, he explained the situation to Laura. Ryan, I shouldn't come. It'll make it worse. No way. You're coming with me. We'll face it together. Margaret was worried. Ryan, this is risky. The company. Mom, the company is important, but Laura is more important. But what if there are big losses? Whatever. I'm going with Laura. Laura started crying. Ryan, you can't take this much risk for me. I can. Because you are my life. Boris jumped in. I'll come to the meeting too. Boris, I'm sorry, but you can't come. Why? Laura is my mom too. Margaret spoke as a grandmother. Boris, sometimes adults talk about tough subjects. I'm an adult. I'm 6 years old. Everyone thought it was funny. The next day, Ryan and Laura went to the company. The board was waiting in the conference room. Hey everyone, Ryan started. I'd like to introduce my fiancée, Laura Evans. Laura greeted politely. Nice to meet you. Richard Blake was sitting right next to them. Ryan, let's talk about the Thompson situation. Yeah, sure. What are their problems? An elderly board member, Mr. Foster, spoke up. Ryan, we love you very much. But this marriage is affecting the company's image. How is it affecting it? People are talking about it in society. We're upsetting some families. Laura stood up. Mr. Foster, which families are we upsetting? Miss Evans, this isn't personal. It's personal. Because I'm a person. Which families? The Sterling family, the Hartford family. So, the families of the women you wanted Ryan not to marry? This is different. How different? They're a good fit for Ryan, but I'm not so sure. You're on a whole other level. Laura's attitude shifted. Level? I come from a family that works hard. Is that a crime? Ryan stood up. That's enough. You'll show respect to Laura. Ryan, chill, Richard said. I'm not going to calm down. This woman is my life. I'm done with anyone who humiliates her. Mr. Foster panicked. Ryan, you're being a bit too harsh. I do need to be. I'm going to marry Laura, and this is my final decision. What about the Thompson agreement? Let Thompson cancel if they want. I don't need their money. At that moment, the door opened. Boris came in with Margaret's hand. Boris. Ryan was surprised. What are you doing here? I came to defend Laura. Margaret explained, a bit embarrassed. I couldn't stop him. He was very determined. Boris turned to the board. Why don't you like Laura? Foster tried to smile. Little guy, these are grown-up topics. It's not for adults. It's a family matter. Laura is my mom. But she's not your real mom. She is my real mom, Boris shouted. She loves me, plays games with me, and teaches me beautiful things. The room went quiet. And Dad is very happy with her. He used to be sad all the time. Laura gave Boris a hug. Boris, thanks. Laura, those guys are saying some pretty nasty things about you. But I won't let them. Ryan looked at his son with pride. Boris is right. Laura is part of this family. Margaret also stood up. I'm all for it. Laura's a great person. You too, Mrs. Nicholson? Foster was surprised. Yeah, I was against it at first, but I was wrong. Laura is a perfect bride. Richard Blake thought. What about public relations? We'll take care of it, Ryan said, determined. Thompson? Let Thompson go if they want. We'll find other clients. Ryan, you sure about that? Ryan looked at Laura. Absolutely. At that moment, the door opened again. Something incredible happened. Thompson himself entered. Mr. Thompson, everyone said, surprised. Sorry for the interruption. No problem. What do you think about the agreement? Thompson smiled. I listened to this young man. This is character. This is the principle. What do you mean? A man who risks everything for love will do his job with the same passion. Ryan was surprised. So the agreement is still good to go. And I expect my invitation to your wedding too. The room applauded. Laura couldn't hold back her tears. Is this for real? She whispered to Ryan. It's for real. Now there are no obstacles. Boris was thrilled. Hooray! We beat everyone. Then Thompson went up to Boris. You're a very brave child. I defended Laura. She's my mom. You're lucky to have such a mom. I know. On the way home, everyone was happy in the car. This was incredible, Laura said. You were incredible, Ryan said. Did you see how you answered them? I just told the truth. And Boris, you were amazing. Margaret said. I love Laura. No one can mess with her. No one's gonna mess with her again, Ryan said. We can overcome anything together. Yeah, Laura said. Together we are strong. That evening at dinner, Margaret made the official announcement. The wedding date is set. In 2 months, in the spring. Perfect, Ryan said. And Boris, you'll be the groomsman. Groomsman? I'll wear the most beautiful suit. And I, Margaret said, will organize a perfect wedding for you. Laura gave Margaret a hug. Thank you. Thanks, Laura. For bringing love to this family. This is my family, Laura said. Forever. 2 weeks before the wedding, Boris was cooking up a secret plan. He'd noticed that Ryan hadn't made a formal marriage proposal to Laura. Winston, the little boy, whispered, Dad didn't propose to Laura. What proposal, young man? Marriage proposal. He's on his knees, giving a ring. Winston smiled. Ah, yes. It's very important. We've got to help him. How? You find a ring and I'll make a plan. Boris's plan was perfect. He wanted to surprise Laura with dinner. Hey Dad, he said at dinner, I've got a surprise for Laura. What surprise? Ryan inquired. Top secret. But I want you to come to the garden. Laura looked over at him, curious. What's in the garden? You'll see. When they went to the garden, they saw the little scene Boris had set up. There's candlelight on the ground, flowers, and a small table in the middle. Boris, this is so beautiful, Laura said. But it's not finished yet. Dad, now it's your turn. Ryan was confused. What am I going to do? Boris gave his dad the ring box he got from Winston. Get on your knees. Boris. Get down. Propose to Laura. Ryan got it. His son wanted him to propose marriage for real. He looked at Laura. The woman's eyes showed surprise and excitement. Ryan got down on his knees. Laura Evans, you gave meaning to my life. You raised Boris and you taught me love. Laura's heart started beating faster. Will you marry me? When he opened the ring box, the beautiful diamond ring sparkled. Ryan. Laura was having a hard time keeping it together. Say yes, Boris shouted. Say yes quickly, Laura laughed. Absolutely. Definitely. Ryan got up and gave her a hug. Boris gave them both a hug. Hooray! Now we're really a family. Margaret was watching this scene from the window. Her eyes were full. Catherine joined her. Margaret, they look so beautiful. Yeah, I totally misjudged this woman. What do you think now? Right now? Well, I'm getting ready for my daughter's wedding. 2 weeks from now is the big day. The Nicholson mansion was all set for the wedding. The garden was decorated with white flowers. New York's most prominent families were invited. Laura was getting ready in the bridal room. Margaret was helping her out. Laura, you look so beautiful. Thanks, Margaret. This dress is magnificent. My mother's wedding dress. It suits you very well. Really? Your mom's wedding dress? Yeah, it's a family tradition. Now you're part of this family too. Laura gave Margaret a hug. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. For making Ryan happy. Boris knocked on the door at that moment. Laura, are you ready? Almost, Boris. Dad is very excited. He keeps rubbing his hands. Margaret laughed. Go tell Dad to chill. Okay. Outside, the guests had taken their seat. Victoria Sterling, Isabella Hartford, and Amanda Reynolds were there too. They had accepted it now. Laura looks very beautiful, Isabella said. Yeah, and Ryan's really happy about it, Victoria added. Thompson was also sitting in the front row. This couple is very beautiful. Ryan was waiting at the altar. Richard Blake was standing next to him as best man. Ryan, chill. Everything will go perfectly. Yeah, I know. I'm just very happy. When the music started, everyone stood up. Boris was the ring bearer. He looked very handsome in his little tuxedo. Then Laura came. She was walking with her dad. David Evans was all proud when he took his daughter to the altar. Take good care of her, he said to Ryan. I'll take care of her with my life, Ryan replied. The ceremony was amazing. While the pastor was speaking, Ryan, you take Laura as your wife? I do. Laura, you're marrying Ryan, right? I do. You may exchange rings. When Ryan put the ring on Laura's finger. This ring is the symbol of our eternal love. When Laura put the ring on Ryan's finger. And this ring is the symbol of our eternal commitment. I pronounce you husband and wife. The groom may kiss the bride. Ryan and Laura shared a passionate kiss. Boris clapped, Margaret cried, and the guests stood up. Hey, just wanted to let you know that the wedding reception is going to be at. Everyone was having a blast at the reception. While Ryan and Laura were out on the dance floor, Boris was keeping an eye on them. Margaret, your grandparents look so happy. Yeah, Boris. They're really happy. I'm very happy too. We're happy for you too, honey. Then Victoria Sterling approached Laura. Laura, I'm sorry. Why? I misunderstood you. You really make Ryan happy. Thanks, Victoria. Can we be friends? Sure. One night, Laura and Ryan were chilling on their balcony. Mrs. Nicholson, how are you feeling? I feel great, Mr. Nicholson. Today was like a dream. A real dream. Laura, I love you so much. I love you so much too. Boris showed up in his pajamas. Now we're really a family, right? Yeah, Boris. We're really a family. And we'll never separate? We'll never separate. Boris gave them both a hug. I'm the happiest child. Epilogue 1 year later. Meanwhile, Boris was out in the garden playing ball with Laura. Laura was 6 months pregnant and her belly had grown. Laura, when will my sibling come? In 3 months. Boy or girl? Surprise. I want a boy. We'll play football. Ryan came home from work and gave Laura a hug. How are you, love? I'm doing well. The baby's been pretty active today. Did my dad say that? Boris came running. Boris, you're a big brother now. I'll be the best brother. Margaret also came to them. She's changed quite a bit. Warmer, more loving. Laura, what did the doctor say? Everything's normal, Margaret. The baby's doing well. Great. I'm so excited. You've changed a lot, Ryan told his mom. Laura changed me. She reminded me of love. Good change, Laura said, smiling. At dinner, the table was set for 4, but there was enough food for 5. Hey Boris, how was school today? Ryan inquired. Excellent. My teacher was thrilled when she found out about Laura's pregnancy. Great. And I told her I thought of my sibling's name. What name did you think of? Laura asked. Sarah. Like my mom. Everyone was moved. Ryan's eyes welled up. That's really beautiful, Boris. Are you happy? Very happy. Then I'm happy for you too. That night, Laura and Ryan were chatting in bed. Ryan, who would have guessed a year ago? What? That we would be so happy. I always knew. Really? From the moment Boris chose you. Why? Because Boris is very smart. He made the best choice. We're lucky. Very lucky. Laura leaned on Ryan's chest. It was raining outside, but the house was warm and happy. Ryan. Yes. I love you. I love you too. And so, the story that began with a fake agreement turned into a real love story. Laura was more than just Boris's mom. She was also Ryan's wife and Margaret's daughter. And she was going to be the mother of the future baby. The Nicholson family was complete. Everyone knew that this happiness would last forever.